Hello and welcome. We begin with Mauritius, which is hosting Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi for a two-day state visit. Prime Minister Modi met with his Mauritian counterpart Navin Ramgoolam, with whom he is scheduled to hold bilateral talks. Mauritius also announced its highest award, the Grand Commander of the Order of the Star and Key of the Indian Ocean, for Prime Minister Modi. Before the talks, the Prime Minister landed in Port Louis to a very warm welcome. He was received by Mauritian Prime Minister Navin Ramgoolam, who greeted him with a garland. A large delegation of 34 ministers and over 200 dignitaries was also present to welcome him. Now, Prime Minister Modi was also greeted by the Indian community in Mauritius. Women from the Indian community honoured him with a traditional cultural performance. As we speak, he is also addressing an event for the Indian diaspora in the country. Members of the Indian diaspora expressed their joy and excitement in welcoming the Prime Minister.
आके बहुत अच्छा लगे अपने प्रधानमंत्री श्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी से मिलकर और इसी तरीके से भारत और मॉरिशस के रिश्ते बने रहें और अच्छे बने।
प्रधानमंत्री ये तो हमारे लिए बहुत ही बड़ा मोमेंट था और बहुत ही सौभाग्य है हमारा कि उनसे मुलाकात हुई। इनफैक्ट हाथ मिलाने का सौभाग्य प्राप्त हुआ। एंड ही इज़ अ प्राइड ऑफ आवर नेशन और बाहर तो हम लोग उनको बहुत ही मानते भी हैं। मॉरिशस बहुत ही फ्रेंडली कंट्री भी है।
Prime Minister Modi, along with the Mauritian Prime Minister, also had planted a wood apple tree at the Botanical Garden in Port Louis. His two-day schedule is also packed. Prime Minister Modi's visit is coinciding with Mauritius National Day on the 12th of March. He will be the chief guest at the celebrations, where a contingent of Indian Armed Forces will participate alongside an Indian Navy warship and the Akash Ganga skydiving team of the Indian Air Force. Now, Prime Minister Modi will also inaugurate over 20 India-funded projects, ranging from capacity-building initiatives to community infrastructure development. These events highlight the depth and significance of India-Mauritius relations. Mauritius and India also share strong historical ties. Nearly 70% of Mauritius's 1.2 million people is of Indian origin, who were first brought as workers during the colonial era. Now, Mauritius was among the first countries to establish diplomatic relations with India in 1948. India-Mauritius relations have remained strong regardless of political changes in either country. Now, this is Prime Minister Modi's second visit to Mauritius as Prime Minister and comes at a crucial time. It follows the formation of a new government in Mauritius led by Prime Minister Navin Ramgoolam, who returned to power after the November 2024 election. With the Indian Ocean becoming a strategic playground, Prime Minister Modi's visit aims to strengthen strategic, economic and cultural ties. These are some of the expected key focus areas of the visit. Now, first, India funded development projects. Prime Minister Modi will inaugurate major projects, including a civil service college and a health centre, showcasing India's commitment to Mauritius development. Second is maritime security. India is a crucial partner in Mauritius's maritime security, providing naval vessels, aircraft and coastal surveillance systems. Talks are expected to focus on increasing defence cooperation. Now, the third is countering China's influence. Mauritius has become a focal point in the India-China rivalry, as both countries compete for influence in the Indian Ocean. While India has been a reliable partner, China has made heavy infrastructure investments, expanding its strategic footprint. And this comes at a time where India strongly supports Mauritius's sovereignty claims over the Chagos Islands, which Mauritius is currently negotiating control over with the UK. And last but not least, cultural engagement. Prime Minister Modi's visit also focuses on strengthening cultural ties, with special emphasis on the large Indian origin community in Mauritius. So with the heavy agenda, will this visit reinforce India's role as a trusted partner of Mauritius and pave the way for a stronger cooperation. For more on this, we have with us Manisha Dukoni, an economist and international affairs specialist who is joining us live from Tamarin in Mauritius. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you very much, Alison. Thank you for having me.
Right. Now, how significant is Prime Minister Modi's presence as the chief guest at Mauritius's 57th National Day? And what does it signal about the evolving India-Mauritius relationship under the new government of Prime Minister Ramgoolam?
Thank you very much for these questions. Now, first of all, I'm coming out of an event, a community event that Prime Minister Modi hosted, the government of India hosted. It was so much of fervor and so much of love between the two countries. I would say that what really this is the biggest significance is this partnership between the two countries. The love, as you know, Mauritius for a very long time has been termed as Chota Bharat, meaning small India. But
India, yeah.
With the small India type of relationship, we also have much more of economic engagement and what I would term as geo-economic engagement that is becoming more important in the relationship between our two countries.
Right. And Manisha, with Prime Minister Modi set to inaugurate more than 20 India-funded projects, what are the key areas of cooperation between the two nations? And how do these projects align with India's broader strategic and economic interests in the region?
Well, as you may know, India was the one that funded one of the big mega projects in Mauritius, which is the Metro Express, a light rail system, which covers most of, actually all of our towns and has gone beyond as well. And that has been a major undertaking, first of all, from the government of India. From there has also been a lot of infrastructure-related support. But apart from that, 4 years ago, the government of Mauritius and the government of India signed a SECPA agreement, which is an economic cooperation agreement. And that agreement has got a lot of opportunities. There's, of course, goods-related opportunities, but there's a lot of services also related opportunities. And a lot of the investments and discussions that are happening are also aligned with some of the priority sectors that have been identified within the SECPA agreement. As you know, medical is something that is very important for Mauritius and India as well. Yes. And the medical sector, the biopharmaceutical sector, for example, has been supported. You also have the setting up in India, for example, there has been a lot of reforms in the public sector. So there is a public sector services related institution that is being set up. And this is very new for the country. But we're hoping as well that there will be, because I'm guessing there's going to be more announcement as well, that this cooperation, especially in the infrastructure front, continues, because there is, especially when you look at first of all, the cost of this per kilometer, for example, for the metro, if we had gone via other entities, non-Indian entities, it would have been enormous and really difficult for us to meet these costs. So cost-wise, it's something that is very positive for us. And we're also hoping in those discussions that at that geo-economic front, that there be discussions with respect to the Chagos archipelago as well.
Right. We'll leave it there. Thank you very much for being with us on the show. Very much appreciated.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Merci beaucoup. Hi. How are you?
Very well, thank you.
Thank you for being here.
Namaste, Mr. President.
Bharat ke logon ko meri namaste.
How many people generally follow you in interviews?
Typically in a month, we have viewers up to 150 million. That's more than twice the population of France. And in the last 2 years, we had 3 billion viewers. So I say, Laurent, this is your chance to be famous. You're on Firstpost. One word to describe your equation with Prime Minister Modi.
Amitié.
As India and France work together, are you creating a new era of non-alignment in the technology space?
India is a training superpower. 1 million engineers a year, more than all of Europe and the US combined. So we have that partnership. We have a partnership on the environment and the economy. We also have civilian nuclear programs, and that is something we've developed far beyond the France-India relationship. So we want to work together on AI.
And then comes China with its DeepSeek, creating models at a fraction of the cost. Did that innovation take you by surprise? Did that breakthrough make you sit up and think, what did the Chinese do and how?
But what did DeepSeek do? They took everything that was already available from the last AI model, and then they recalibrated it.
So are you going to ban Chinese AI in France?
So we don't have this American approach of banning tech because of where it comes from.